Hello everybody, this is Count MRVHS, and welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War Tharbad campaign. Before we get into it, I want to point out that we are eking up. The channel is eking up towards 1,000 subscribers. We're at 968 or something like that. The number probably, it means nothing, but it would be kind of cool to get there. And I've been giving a little thought to what might happen when I do get there. One thing I'd like to do, I think I'm going to do this regardless of what anybody thinks, is I'd like to do sort of a bookshelf walkthrough. I've got a study in my house. I call it rather pretentiously. It's it's a room with a lot of books in it. And for a long time, I've been wanting to sort of catalog them. I've made a few fits and starts. This is ostensibly for, like, what, I guess insurance purposes or something. Like the idea, like if the house were to burn down, then I would know here's the books that I had, and there's that. I guess there's also the just this nerdish want to sort of categorize and catalog everything, but also it's just an excuse to go over stuff. So that would be a lot of fun to do, sort of in a video format. I think maybe not everything, because there's kind of a lot, but some of the shelves that might be of interest to some of you, like some of the history, the literature shelves, the maybe take a look at my Tolkien collection. It's not complete by any means, but it might be kind of fun just to walk through and talk about some of those. So I think I'm going to save that for when we hit 1,000. I think I'm going to maybe start doing that. And that means, we got to get there. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, subscribe harder, right? Is that really so much to ask? Anyway, picking up again here in the last turn, we lost a long-running governor of Lond-Dare. This is I think Ether. Ether Gwathlo was his last name. He was somebody of Ether Gwathlo, and he died of old age. He's been the governor here for a very long time, maybe since the beginning of the campaign, and he's just passed away. So we've taken it off local governance, because when there's no family member in there, this is functionally identical to, there's no real benefit to it, other than you can set a policy, you can have the AI build stuff if you want, but there is a benefit to having local governance ticked if you have a family member inside the settlement, and that family member is the governor, because that improves their opinion of liege trait. I've explained that before. I don't want to get into all of it again here, but since we don't need, we don't have anybody there, we don't need this ticked. It also reminds me we don't have a governor here, so it's like a visual indicator. If I see those gears, I know there's a governor, right? At least I hope there is. Right. So that's kind of the way it has worked out currently. But that means that we got this guy just in the nick of time. I think last episode we got this Arathorn of the Twilight Hills, yes. And I think he's a son-in-law of the guy who recently passed. Now, his plan was to go to Limfalis first, take that over, and then turn for Dunfada. I'm kind of thinking about going for Dunfada right now, and then just maybe ignoring Limfalis, because there's not that much here. I don't think the population is very high. In fact, let's see if we can detect. Okay, it's actually pretty high, 1245. The Dunlandings do have a good population growth, and they've got a family member here who's actually the ruler. But you know what? This just seems more interesting to me, because if there's a chance I could take this without having to, besiege it, that would be great. 75%. Geez, do I want to try? I could get another spy going. Maybe I will, but so let's do that in a turn, or in a minute or two. But we want to take a quick look around. I don't think the Reunited Kingdom's going to take this, but look at Rohan. My gosh, they're just throwing everything, and look at all this stuff. This is a friggin' nightmare. Rittermark Bowman. This is the tier 2. I think it's like a tier 4 unit, but they're the next level of horse archer, right? There's a lower level of horse archer they get, the Rittermark Scouts, I believe. This is an armored version of that with swords and, scale mail, something like that. Yeah, so this is terrible. They're training Helming us. This is just awful. So we need to, I think, start conquering Dunland to save Dunland. That is the plan. We've got several armies already in position, and we're going to send them out here this turn. And we'll see what that looks like here. Let's just get through the rest of our news. We've got a new heir. Okay, Dagnir of Northern Edwaith is the heir. I guess that's fine. He's probably just going to be sitting in Tharbad for his entire reign, which is perfectly fitting. And let's see anything else. We're making decent money. We're almost up to 100,000, which is where I want to be if we're going to be starting playing the Protectorate game. But let's check out Sarnford. Yeah, this is not the best. Our capital is, I think, is it Bree? No, it's 3 ways. So this unhappiness is not due to distance from the capital, as you can tell. There's a bit of overcrowding. There's a bit of a alignment problem. Our faction leader is, I guess, Shadow Cult. So we've embraced the dark side over here. And we have an 80% unrest, which seems high. Let's just check 3 ways for comparison. That's 40. So I'm guessing there is an elven spy somewhere in here. And we've got a spy in place, but he's not going to be good for a little while. If we leave him in here for another turn or 2, he's going to pick up a network established trait, which is going to give him another eyeball or 2 in the subterfuge. So, you know, maybe we will eventually get that spy out of there. But the quick and dirty solution in the meantime is to get some of these units over to help. Yeah, there you go. Get some of these spearmen and just help out with the population. Because we are getting more people here. And what did we have? Just 47 mercenary bowmen, right? So we could get another spearman in here and then bring the bowmen somewhere useful, like bring them down south. And let's just check the north before we begin our Dunland offensive. Okay, and Rivendell. Right, so Rivendell is an interesting case. We've captured it, and there was some discussion on my last video or 2 videos ago about can we give this land to the elves? And yes, you can. And I think they will take it, and they will hold it pretty well. The problem, I guess, is that Rivendell is not that useful if we already have Swanfleet, right? Because it only borders this Western Holland region to the south, which is the Swanfleet province. We have Swanfleet, and moreover, I don't think we're ever going to lose it, because Dunland, unless something goes really wrong, because Dunland is, they're going to probably want to conquer Greyholm first before they get Swanfleet. So this has been safe until, now, and since we're going to be taking Dunhold pretty soon, I think, it's probably going to be safe forever. So Rivendell is not like an important place to hold in that sense. If you're playing Dunland, and you want to get Swanfleet and Austenethel from the south, which you do, then it might make a lot of sense to take Rivendell and then gift it to the elves, right? Because then you can have a very safe neighbor to your north, and you don't have to worry about this stuff, unless you want to, which can be a fun campaign to play Dunland and grab all of this. But anyway, Rivendell's not useful to us as a buffer, so I don't feel the need to give it away, and it's also going to be very happy. The only thing we can do here to make this useful is to build Eriador Outlands. And what this will do is kick all the elves out and bring men in. That's going to change the population, and this, doesn't really matter in the sense that we would never be able to train elves here anyway, so we're not losing anything by doing this. And we're, in fact, gaining a great deal in the sense that we would eventually be able to build military buildings. Like right now, we can't do anything other than just, train an emissary. But we do Eriador Outlands, and we can start improving the province in that regard. That said, I'm not feeling too keen about this. Oh, it's interesting. We get woodsmen over here. Wow, okay. So this is right. This is elven land. Okay, this, it might be, let's see, woodsman levies, and then woodsman bow levies at tier 2. Yeah, so this is actually a little interesting. I never get these units. So this is like kind of cheapo rangers. Okay, companies of woodsman bow levies, I forgot about these units practically, are raised from the isolated farmsteads and villages of the fringes of the Greenwood. So I think the idea is that this unit is something you can train in elven lands, obviously, and since Rivendell is elven lands, we said, okay, yeah, you can train him here. Though rough in appearance and not as disciplined as regular soldiers, these bowmen are skilled after their fashion, and their strong bows of yew can be used to great effect against lightly armed foes. They are best deployed out of range of other archers and away from melee fighting, lest they be cut down in alarming numbers. Now, they do have a sword as a melee weapon. They get a combat bonus in the woods, too, which is rare for us. Right? Most of our units don't get that, right? So let's kind of compare. So 21 defense for our Axemen of Tharbad, right? 21 for Spears the Bridge. The Mariner Bowmen, their missile attack is 7. The Woodsman Bow Levies, have a worse missile attack of 5. Well, is it because of experience? No. Doesn't seem to be. But these guys have more men, and they get a combat bonus. It might be interesting to train some. 170 yards versus 155. So, you know, there is a niche. Look at the low upkeep, too. 100. And you get more men. Okay, so, you know, it might be worth. Woodsman Levies I'm not so excited about, but 90 men for 90 upkeep is kind of decent. If you compare the stats, obviously the Axemen of Tharbad kind of blow them away defensively. But a much higher upkeep for fewer men. So this might actually be good. The problem is it's very expensive. 50 seasons is the other thing. So it's going to take 25 years to get all the elves out of here. And it costs 20,000 Mirian. So that's probably why I almost never see those units. There may be a way in which we can reduce building times, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, so here we probably want to get this guy out before he becomes the governor of Rivendell, which I don't really care to have. Okay, the city longbowmen are better than those rangers too. They don't get a combat bonus in the woods, but they get much better stats all around. So, yeah. Let's leave the Tharbad militia. And if we were to go up here, okay, what do I want to do with this army? I think we need to have them around here because we're gonna get some trouble here at some point. All right, so let's leave both of the Tharbad militia. Oof. Okay, 65 is our garrison. Okay, 30%. So it's worth keeping an eye on this because you can get up to I think it's 80% loyalty from just the garrison. So let's leave one of these. Okay, and that's blue. The other thing is we're losing pop, which is good because the loyalty is going to correspondingly improve. So let's just go ahead and restore since it's going to take forever anyway. That's going to, well, maybe not help anything, but I think it will anyway. Yeah, this is going to be a happiness boost. This is going to be a happiness boost. So I suspect it will actually improve things. Let's, though, get some more spearmen here, and let's spend our money on mustering fields because I do want to be able to train stuff here. And I guess we can send these guys up there just to keep an eye. And we'll leave the military. Okay, so let's see. I think we've got all of our scouts sort of active here. Let's take the Merchant King, and we're going to send him into the east. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want to get maybe eyes on that. Okay, that was a little annoying. But basically, I wanted to get visibility to ensure that there was not another big army standing right here. I don't think there is. So there's 2 units inside here. And that means in a couple of turns we can hit Dunland, which looks very poorly defended. Let's bring this force down. We've got a full stack here under Britta of Bree Hill, and we can bring this force over to Dunland, right? Maybe this is the force that ought to besiege Dunland.
Orders. Captain.
No, I think this force needs to go to Dunchrioch.
Captain.
These guys will head over to Dunland. All right, thankfully no ambushes. And what is this army? All right, a couple of dogs, some cav, some decent axemen. And, we have to be careful. There's no family member, thank goodness. But I think we can get over here quickly enough that both of these armies together should be pretty good against whatever they send against us. And the other question I have is, Do I want to attack this army in the field or park here? And I think I want to attack in the field.
On my way. Sir.
We've got enough archers that I think we can handle them. So let's just do it. Okay, so odds are looking very good. Again, you know, some dogs, some decent stuff, but I think we can handle it with our archers and with our numbers, and then we will get over to Dunchrioch before Rohan gets there. That's the big one. We can wait on Dunhold and we can wait on all the other, you know, provinces to the west. But we want Dunchrioch, you know, we need it, and we need to get it before Rohan can. Right, so let's see. Mercenaries are up front. Let's just keep them up here, and their purpose will be to just, you know, hold javelins, right? Because they're going to be the targets. I guess this is fine. We've only got the one swordsman there. All these other archers are in the back, which is okay. We've got city longbowmen up front. I kind of think you guys should be in the back. Let's swap this out. Okay, so yeah, we'll just group all of you. And I'm a little worried they're going to be up on this this wooded area here, so let's get ready. No, they're not. Alright, well, so much the better for us. Thankfully, I don't think they have any actual archers. Okay, sometimes you give them a march order and they don't know quite what to do with it. Okay, we're already shooting, so we should thin out these javelins. There's the axes of the wolf. We've got tribal spearmen. Oh, interesting. They're just charging. Well, I think they'll rout as soon as they touch, yeah. Okay, yes, tribal spearmen throwing spears. This is exactly what we want them throwing spears at. Axes of the wolf charging in. Okay, we'll just go on defensive mode with you. And with you. And they rout. Alright, you stay on guard mode too. We don't want to chase them away. Okay, good. We're going to get some shots into these tribal spears. This is a unit I want to destroy. And everyone's going to rout. I don't think I want to waste my cav. What I'll do, well, not waste, but we're not going to send them to fight. We're just going to send them to help clean up routers. Alright, everyone's out of range. I mean, the axes of the wolf we can probably just kill. And what's that? Alright, so they'll, like, vast majority of them are going to get away. No problem, that's fine. Yeah, there's the border. They're probably all going to make it. Alright, so we didn't get anything here. We killed some units, and we took very little loss. Yeah, 17 men. We killed 242. So that's very nice. If there's a family member, I would have felt, you know, a little more like we needed to pounce and destroy it all, but... So they're going to go back to Dunchrioch, and they're going to beef up the garrison, which is annoying. But you know what? I don't think they're going to stick around there. I think they're going to leave. And I also think that Rohan is not going to besiege Dunchrioch this turn. So maybe what I'll do is I will just... Maybe I can find a little bush to hide in.
Secrecy is assured.
Right? Yeah, we do that, okay? And they try to find us because they do have some big armies, and then we'll just hit them. So we want to now try this, see if we can get Dunfada. I'm skeptical. Yeah, they're going to retreat. Alright, so we'll just
Besieging settlements, sir.
build a few rams and maybe auto-calc this. It's not a battle I really want to fight, you know, in person. But let's train up some more axemen to help out. Again, I think we're pretty good here. There could be a nasty surprise if there's an army in the fog of war and they just go for Greyholm or Londare, right? So that could happen, but I think I've got enough men in the area to quickly respond to that. So I think that's all the moving I want to do. Foradrain has built everything, and Hero of the Dunedain, I should probably get him somewhere useful. But let's keep him here for now. You know, public order is helpful. We'll just get some other things built. We're spending a little money now, but before we can get a protectorate, it's my experience that you have to really beat them. Or get very lucky very early in a campaign. But typically, you want to have all of their settlements under siege. You want to have very small garrisons in those settlements. There need to be no enemy units free of settlements. It means you need to destroy all their field armies. And you need to offer them also a bunch of money. So it's, you know, it's annoying, but that seems to be what is required. So let's, like if we were to try right now, it almost certainly wouldn't work. Okay, they haven't moved out of Dunchrioch. That's annoying. And Rohan is left. Okay. Let's see what they would say. If we would say, okay, overlordship, and I'm going to give you everything. Right? Just to sort of display this is not going to work. Yeah, give you that, and they're going to say no. Now, that amount of money could work to get a protectorate, you know, at some point, but it's not going to work right now because we're not in the right situation. Let's see, if we go here and we besiege, we might have to fight this one as an assault. Let's see who's in there. Alright, some pikes and some axes. I like the pikes because they don't have javelins. They get some armor upgrades. But this is the situation where if we use our siege stuff carefully, we could get around, and we've got enough archers, you know, to make that work. Let's do this. Let's get our... okay, yeah. Reunited Kingdom kicked away again. And we now can get through. At least theoretically. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is what I wanted. I wanted to see what's going on in the Hornburg.
Captain.
You know, because I'm thinking about buying it, right? I'm thinking about seeing if I could purchase the Hornburg, because I really want this. The problem is... public order would probably be a nightmare, and we don't have any armies nearby. You want to purchase a settlement once you've gotten, you know, once you've got an army in place. So maybe it would make more sense to buy Dol Baran. I think they would go for it, and we'd be more easily able to supply it.
Captain.
Let's see. I think this army can take this, as long as, you know, as long as our king here is not going to die. And he's middle-aged, so he's got time left. One sword unit, pikes of our own, which are, I think, better than theirs. Some javelins, a couple of cav. Here's the bridge. Yeah. Okay, let's bring a spy over here. Yeah, Anghal's got nothing. So let's go over to Anghal. And we will set up there. And let's leave this. Let's just leave this right here for now. Because... you know, this army can't get out right yet, but this army might want to try moving. You know, I could even try and ambush over here, because they might want to save Dunhold. Let's try that. And if they move to go try to save one of these provinces, I think we're in a good position to help them, or to help our own guys. Okay, so let's, yeah, let's bring the Axemen down. Now there's an army outside of Limfels, and they just built a wall. Ah, that's annoying. So I could have taken it. Well, let's see. Do we want to auto-calc this? Yeah, it's very favorable. Let's do it. Okay, alright. That's pretty good. There's not much here in terms of people, but I may want to expel anyway. So this is going to get a little bit of population in Tharbad, 3 ways. Where else do I have people? Up in your Forodrain, you know, so it's not super helpful, I guess, but that is at least decreasing their population, and now it's holdable. So we can get rid of the brawling contests, we can get rid of the mustering fields, and we could theoretically get rid of Homeland Dominion. And actually, you know, now that this is looking better, I think maybe we should get rid of Homeland Dominion and get going on it. So let's build that. Again, I don't know that I want this guy to be a governor of Dunfada, because I think it is kind of a weak settlement. It's not very very useful in terms of like economy. It does have timber. That's the only trade resource, and it doesn't have a port. So I think we'll just move the army back over to Limphalis, and let's leave behind. Let's see. I would like some kind of trashy units. How about all of the guys who are in their 20s? That's sufficient. Now in here, there's like a single unit. Maybe we should leave something more substantial. Let's leave like a small-ish unit of axemen, because we're going to get these guys anyway. We'll bring them down here. Oh, and I could try for Limphalis right now. Oh, they're going to take it. Ooh. All right, exciting. So this is the ruler. I'm not sure how I feel about this. 63 men. Effective against armor. Yeah, I've got 3 archers. I don't know. What's this? Okay, this is better. Let's try it. This is you know, we may lose. The balance of power may be lying there, because that bodyguard is a serious unit, and we should have some cav. So I don't know exactly what I'm thinking here, but let's try it anyway. So for this type of situation, we've got archers, we don't have any good swordsmen other than our bodyguard, and we have axemen, right? That's kind of it. So the archers are going to be really important. I think I want to take them off skirmish, because we're going to have to use them. Now, the bodyguard is coming from the city, which is this way. It's right behind me. But I don't think I want to face him yet. I think I want to rush these guys.
The enemy have brought up more men.
All right, they're there, so hopefully we can wipe this out first. All right, tribal spearmen and Dunlandish huntsmen, and then we'll just turn around. All right, maybe. Yeah, I want to take like a couple of volleys here. But let's honestly rush everybody over. You want to get in quick. We're just going to surround and hope that they rout fast. They're probably still throwing spears. Look at them getting ready. Reload. And the throw again. I don't know how much damage that actually does, but okay, good. Those guys are routing, so stop, stop, stop. What are you? Axemen. Okay. What do we have? 2 axemen? Okay, so maybe I was overselling this a little. 2 axemen units and 1 chieftain's guard. So if we can get... Okay, there goes them. Alright, everybody chill out there. I think we can ignore you. We'll get everybody there. You guys here. It would be nice to get the city. I don't know if we're going to get the city. We need to kill the Chieftain's Guard, and we need to eliminate enough of these guys for them to all withdraw. We've already killed 42%, something like that. Okay, great. Yeah, we'll take some shots at these axemen. Oh, are they going to leave? They're not having any fun. Okay. All right, fine. We're not going to get the city, but we will at least be able to besiege it, and we can take it whenever we want. We can just let it fall if we want to. I don't think they're going to sally, so we'll just end this. Okay, that's fine. You know, I'm happy to take a clear victory there. Would have been nice to kill the family member, but we might get lucky. He is an old king, and he may die of old age in the siege, which would be kind of cool. So, okay, we're blockading the port too. Just get a couple of rams in case we want it. Yeah, he is seasoned. So, does that mean he's going to die next turn? Not necessarily. Maybe I'll bring you over here, actually. But I think we want some more units. So let's grab some of you. And we've got 13,000 in the bank. Or coming in the bank. Let's train up some horses. And we'll send them into the south because I feel like we're going to need them. Okay, so far I think this is going well. I think we want to resolve some of this military stuff before I buy Dol Baran. I don't need to get crazy and buy Dol Baran right now. Right? That's going to just start a war with Rohan. I only want to start a war with Rohan when I know that I'm going to have everybody nearby. So Rohan's helping me out. Alright, this is another suitable husband. He's, let's see, Eriador. That's okay. Shadow touched like everybody else in my family. I mean, he's mature. Let's hold out. I want someone who's going to be maybe younger. Okay, this is looking pretty decent here. So it looks like forces are gathering towards Anghall, or at least pointing in that direction. I don't see anyone coming over for Dunhold to relieve that. We could take this force and maybe we could smack them back towards the city and then hit them and then do a sort of an outside the city battle for Dunchrioch. But Dunchrioch is stacked with units. This is completely full. So I think we really need to start... Jeez. This is too bad because this is all that they've got left. Like, it doesn't look like their military... They got Dunfrecca. They're holding it. But yeah. How about we leave Anghall? All right. I mean, that sets it up, right?
Captain.
Oh my gosh.
Captain.
So, okay, I don't have the movement points, which is kind of good, I suppose. Let's see if I go here. I can't hit him. But, like, we're close, you know? Like, I don't know if I want to besiege, but maybe I do.
Besieging settlement, sir.
Do a ram. And then, you know, if they attack us, we're going to have reinforcements, right? So we're leaving Anghall uncontested. And that could be a problem for us. But if there's a big climactic battle around Dunchrioch, that could be to our favor. Let's get our emissary again.
Awaiting your command.
All right, we got it blocked. But yeah, let's try you. Or actually, since we don't need him here, maybe we can try the Misty Mountains hold. Okay. So we got a family member up there, which is interesting. How about a ceasefire, and we want Dunchrioch? I mean, this is kind of stupid, right? I want all of it. Oh, okay, they can't give it. That's their capital now. Well, that's not going to work because we need it. All right, so let's just change that and do accept overlordship. Because once they become ours, we could take the settlement back, right? I'm going to give... Tell you what, I'll offer to give you... What did I just take there? Dunfada. They probably don't want it. And I'll offer all of the money. Nah. And again, I think that's because they've got some field armies. I mean, they're not impressive, but there's this guy standing here, and there's this guy standing here, and maybe another one or two. And they've got, let's see, 1, 2 settlements that are not currently under siege. So again, I think that's what it's all about. If we had all of them under siege, then maybe. And maybe that's something we can get to. But not right now. So let's just end the turn. Okay. He's youthful. He's Gondorian. He's energetic. He's poor at everything, but he's at least young. Unwise, overbold. Maybe it would be good to have another family member, though. So I'm feeling like we can just take it. He's in 3 ways. Okay, we got a couple of young men here. A couple of poor governors. He must have come of age. Okay, yeah. You know what? Let's just bring them south. And then we're going to use them for whatever. Couple of cav here. Oh, what are you? Are you also a guy I want to bring with me? Because you're young and... Oh, you're seasoned. Okay. I think I'll leave you here to take over, because I like having somebody in Tharbad itself. But speaking of that, we could maybe spend a little bit of money. Maybe not. Let's train you, though. I should have retrained the others. And let's see. Okay, nothing terribly interesting. A lot of training. Dunfada has built. Okay, coming of age. Okay, right. So he just came of age. And who else? Felinath of Breland. Okay, so that explains why we've got these people all of a sudden. Very good. Let's bring the 2 of you in here. How long is this going to take? 4 seasons. Yeah, we'll bring you to support. It's going to take you practically that long to get there.
Your Honor.
I guess we can move our spy. Alright, this is encouraging. They are potentially training in Anghal. Oh, they've got very low pop there, though. 448. Okay, so now I could try this again. I could lift the siege, and I'm kind of thinking about it. Let's do that. Lift the siege. And let's start a battle, and this is... This is the kind of battle that I think I want to start with the big army rather than the little army.
Captain. Captain.
But let's just see. Are they going to take it? Why do I not get reinforcements? Oh, dang. Okay, so we've got to do it this way. Yep. Let's try it. Hit Lieutenant Whalka. No, he's not going to take it. Oh, but he has to now. Okay. And can I get you here? I don't know if this guy's going to show up. If I move him down here, I think he will. He'll show up on my flank. All right, nice. Okay. I want to make a save here. This feels like a big, important battle. It's a field battle, and I think that is good because it is... well, it's going to be very risky. So, actually, we want them to show up. Right? I think. We want them to show up on the battlefield. But they won't show up on the... Is that right? How many people can I fit? Let's just see what happens here. Let's just see what happens. Because I want everybody to show up. There are limits to how many units can appear on the battlefield, I think. But when you put it under the AI command, I think that army's going to be there. You just can't command it yourself. If I put it under my command, they would show up only when I freed up units here, 1-to-1. Okay, so that's where the big army's coming from, is reinforcements. And, okay, we've got mercenaries. Let's put them out in front again, and let's do our swap of archers as usual. And I think you're at fire at will. Okay, great. So everybody's just fine like this. And we're attacking uphill, but we can claim the high ground, and our allies are going to come from over here. So let's see. Okay, they're over there.
But are they in time to take part in the battle?
Actually, maybe I want to... No, we'll stay up here. I don't want to march down and give up the high ground. I want to head right over here and see how this looks. Now, they may decide to leave, right? They may determine that the battle is so much in my favor that they're not even going to fight, which would be unfortunate. I really want to thin out that garrison army. But let's see. Do we have archers here? It looks like we've got one very small, like, under strength unit of archers. Alright, let's not be subtle about this. We'll just march our guys forward. And it's going to lag. I'm going to be fighting the lag as much as I am fighting the battle here, unfortunately. But it's because of all these reinforcements, and it's because of my system. Now, behind me, it looks like my wonderful, glorious army is already getting in a position to throw away the high ground. So that's a decision we will have to live with. Maybe that'll be good in a way because they're going to be keeping the garrison army on the field longer, right? Alright, let's get our horses moving. How are they doing down there? Oh, beautiful. They're just running the horses right in. Oh, they're already routing some huntsmen, though. That's nice. See, that's why the AI does it. They charge their cav into units that they think their units can beat. And it's, you know, it's not a great move, but you can also kind of see why they do it. And we do have to worry about those tribal spearmen a little bit. I'm going to take out those archers with my cav. What on earth was that? Enemy commander. Okay, good. So we got the enemy commander. Let's just hit him. Okay, good. Gonna rout immediately. We won't have to fight. All right. Is this actually gonna work out? How about I send you to follow these Dunlandish axemen, and everybody else come with me. We're gonna head down the hill. This could be a very interesting battle, actually. Or at least less goofy than I had feared. So let's get a closer look at this. Okay, they're tired, but these guys have also been marching uphill. Alright, and where's their general? Their general is this guy. They don't have a family member in here. Wow, okay. I did not know that. A couple of warhounds, just a lot of units. But this is the army that has a lot of archers as well. Well, I guess the other one has more. But some mercenary bowmen, some mariner bowmen. I guess I appreciate the flanking that they're doing, but I'm not quite sure how that's supposed to work out. Well, at least we're shooting a lot. Jeez, guys, come on. Here come Spears of the Bridge. Mariner Swordsmen are going to do okay, I think, right? Let's get the cav like here. And they're keeping the family member back. I appreciate that. He's probably run up and down this hill 3 times already, so he's exhausted. Alright, what is this looking like? This is Axemen, but we've got Mariner Swords and Spears of the Bridge, and we're doing okay. You know, at least they're soaking up the javelins. Alright. This is a lot smoother than I thought. I mean, now that I'm on triple speed, it is going to look a little like a slideshow, but in the actual battle itself at normal speed, it's pretty reasonable. So we're going to have high ground, and we're going to have our archers just murdering them from up here. And so, yes, my army is largely being routed. This guy's going to get in over his head, though. He will take some losses fighting my Mariner Bowmen, I think. They're not going to rout immediately because they've still got their general right there. And they're a decent unit, so he's, I think, yeah, he's taking some losses here. But actually, we should probably get our horses, you know, kind of ready to go. This is so good, though. Look at how much damage we've done already, or they've done. But I love this hill. Okay, so we could hit them. They're pretty vulnerable right now. Let's charge in with our cav. This should be almost immediate. And I almost want to leave it for a little later, because these guys are all going to want to rout. That charge was blunted a little bit by the dogs, the war dogs. Oh, he's gonna get away. There he is, right there. The captain. Okay, so we'll pull the cavalry. Let's see. I want to pull them away. These are axes of the wolf. We'll get them away. Let's get everybody up on the hill. And just shoot them. Let's see, though. We do have plenty of cav. We're kind of running out of arrows. We do have longbows still. So actually, yeah, we should be in cleanup mode. Yeah, let's go for it. We've actually got this, and I think we could walk into the city. Let's continue the battle. Let's see, where are you? Yeah, that's fine. You're good there. Send you after you, and you after you. So the actual captain is going to get away, but that's fine. All right. So this is just about it. Okay, all right, let's see. Clear victory. That should be it. There should be nobody in there now. And it's our turn, so if we have any movement points, we should be able to sidestep into the city, hopefully. Because, yeah, the army the attacking army only moved a couple of tiles to get here. Victory! Oh my gosh, can we do it? Captain. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's just murder them all. We're taking Dunchrioch. Oh, that's the end of Dunlanding resistance. We've broken the back of the Dunlandings. And if we had, a couple of loose armies nearby, we could go for Anghal. Now, one problem is that now Rohan does not really border them. They do have a river border here. I don't know if this counts. But they may want to get a ceasefire now because they don't have a real obvious land border or a way to attack them. So they may be tempted to ceasefire with Dunland and then attack me because now they're bordering me. So maybe this is the time then, while we've got a bunch of money, to see about a settlement exchange. Not an exchange, but like, what would you give? Like, could we? Because I really want Hornburg, and this will screw him up. All right. Hornburg's not your capital. What can we do? I don't want to give you a province, but I'll give you like half my money. 50,000. I think that's reasonable. Okay, too generous. All right. Sometimes they sometimes that it doesn't work. So bribing settlements, I'm not quite sure what the sweet spot is, right? Like, it's not a bribe. Well, is it a bribe? Is a bribe a thing we can do? No, we could bribe an army, right? Like, we could take this force and can we bribe a settlement? I guess we can't. But anyway, if we can't do it, that's fine. I wanted to at least try. Sometimes you can. Like, if you're the dwarves and you've got tons of money, that can actually be, as I remember, pretty profitable to just throw money at your problems. So we've got Dunchrioch. This is awesome. This is very important to us. We're getting even richer. Can't use this execution square, so we'll get rid of it. Hall of Drinking is nice to have. The Hillmen Fort, we'll get rid of that. That's a specialization building. They've already left us carpenters. And geez, Dunfada. Okay. I wouldn't mind Dunland having this, but we have to have this. So I think I will go ahead and destroy. We'll prioritize building the upgrade there. Public order's looking okay in Sarnford. All right, but that's good. I didn't expect to have this so early in the campaign. You know, I didn't think that we were going to get around to Dunchrioch because I just thought this is going to take forever. But I'm so glad we were able to do it that way. The terrain really helped. And what are you? You're inept. I probably don't want you as the governor there. In fact, we should swap you guys out. Let's give... let's move the army, first of all. And then we'll swap you over. You can be the competent governor of Dunchrioch. And that's just fine for the moment. We'll have to reorganize the armies and get some reinforcements, so let's actually do that. Let's queue up, you know, a couple of... you know, let's get a Tharbad militia. Let's get a Mariner swordsman, because now... Is this the king? No. He's the heir. So something changes where you can get a discount on the training time, right? Like, it's faster. Normally this is a 2-turn unit, but now it's 1 turn. I'm not sure exactly what it is that makes that possible. But we'll go with that. We'll go with, yes, another Axeman, because you just never know. And we'll have enough forces to deal with Anghall, to deal with everything, really, I think. In fact, we could maybe... No, that's a little light at the moment. But we'll get them over here so we can at least see them. And then worry on establishing our rule everywhere else. Once we grab Dunhold, then we're going to be in, you know, protectorate mode. We can just... We can capture this and maybe take this army over to Anghall or whatever and put Misty Mountains Hold under siege. I don't want this, but I'm glad that there's a family member there. So hopefully this is where, you know, they're going to get some new family members, so the faction won't die off, and we'll work on them as a protectorate. So that's going to be the plan for the coming episodes, to kind of work around Dunland and, you know, get ready for the inevitable backstab by Rohan, because they've got no other enemies at the moment. They just took Dunfrecca. Ugh. Well, it's rebelling, so maybe that's actually a good thing for us, because we don't have to worry about Dunland getting back here and, you know, being stubborn in terms of protectorate status, because they're far from our control. But anyway, that'll be for the next episode. Hope you'll join me then. Take care until then.